Oh, so it's not like full time?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I was hoping I would get full time.
It's gonna be a while. Like, you gotta even get 3 months in before you can get your first anything.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh. Well, I guess I'll have to find them. You can work at other stores, though, can't you?
Yeah, but it's all the same for company politics.
But you can't work 40?
What, 40 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get them if she gives it to you, but you probably won't get it from other stores.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you later. So I'll just have to get them from other stores. I'll get them from other stores. That sucks. I need 40 hours. It's got to be 40. But she's got me scheduled. Let me see. I just worked today. How you doing? Tired? Long day? Yeah. Oh, that's early, yeah. Oh, yeah. Work hard, huh? Yeah, and it's nice to be able to buy a truck, isn't it? And money is a good thing. Well, it's hard to come by, and jobs are hard to find, too, you know? Uh-huh.
50,000.
Uh-huh.
The price. You're looking at one with the same truck, the same year. Not even the same model.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 more now.
Oh, really? It's pretty, though.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a pretty truck.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. I did all of the training classes again. It is. It's about 4:45 on Saturday, November the 22nd, 2014. And that's the thing, the lady in the office, she told me the same thing. Well, she didn't say how long it was going to take, but the guy who was taking it said, yeah, this is going to take 2 days. I took them all again today. I did them all in the office on the day that I was in the office the first day, that Monday the 17th. And the only ones she had me checked off as completing that day were 3 of them that would just read through this and acknowledge that you understand it. And there was only one other one that actually required you to take a test, and that was the money processing procedure, which I remember was a pain, but I passed it today again too, so I took all of them again. I started at 1 and I finished the last one and completed all of them all over again by 4:33, and I accidentally clicked the lead cashier button. For the lead cashier training, so it says it's not complete, but I clicked that one by mistake, so that's all right. So, I did them all again, and I completed them in basically an hour and a half, 3.5 hours today. I knew that wasn't right. I knew what they were saying wasn't right. That I'd only done basically 30 minutes of testing, and I got 4 hours in that day on the 17th. So what was I doing the other 4 hours? And that would be interesting to see. She should have known better than that. She should have looked at the ones that I was listed as having completed, and she should have known, this is only 30 minutes worth of modules here, so something's wrong. And what I figured out was that somebody went back through my tests after I'd done them. If you click on a test you've already taken and passed, you click on it once, it'll say this test has been taken and passed. That taken and passed sign doesn't pop up until after you've already passed it. And if you push that button, I'm changing my shirt now. If you push that button after you've taken the test and passed it, it'll pop that sign up once and say you've already taken and passed this test. If you click that test again, it will delete that you already passed it and make you retake it. So the training girl said I had to take it again until I passed it, until it said I'd passed them all. Well, even then, you know, it can still be tampered with. And how did I finish all of them again and take some of those tests 3 or 4 times today and finish the entire training program again today? Of like, let me see, how many was it? How many modules was it? Some of them with several subsections. I wouldn't have been able to if I was that slow, and if I'd had so much trouble taking it the first time and couldn't pass any of them. I wouldn't have been able to do it all again today. So I printed out the certificate again today, and she told me when I talked to her Friday, she said it's going to take you about 7 hours to do these. No, it didn't. I wished it had. But it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 modules. So lowest score I made on any of them was 90, which is, I think, the minimum to pass. On some of them, the minimum was 80. On 2 of them, I made 90%. I made 95.7, then 96.7, then a 94, then 100, then a 97.8, then 100, and then another 100. So some of them, the low score was 80. Some of them, the low score was 90, but only on 2 of them did I even score the minimum passing of 90. And I didn't score 80% on the ones that would require 80%. I didn't score the minimum, 80%, and if I was a doofus and was struggling so hard and couldn't pass it, there would have been 80s and 90s minimum score passing would have been on all of them. So you see that's not the case. So she's like, yeah, it's going to take you about 7 hours. And I remember there was a girl in our training class saying, yeah, I finished it in 4 hours and 22 minutes. Well, I just did them all again today, and I did it in 3.5 hours, and that is on the record. So you explain to me how I did that, and I think I left my soda. Where did I leave it? Oh, I left it in the bathroom. And the way you can tell is because I printed out the original sheet where she had my dates listed as 11/17. So what I think happened is somebody went back into it with my login number, and because she told me to come up with a password. The lady at the office did. She said, "Okay, create a password," and she said, she pointed to, write it here. And she stood there and watched me write it, and so she saw it. So I can ask Madeline if I can change it. And that guy in there, he said, no, I wouldn't get 40 hours, but if I worked at other stores, I could. So I'm going to get me some 40 hours in. Where's my keys? Yeah. I started to go back in to get that soda I left in the bathroom, but I'm not going to. I don't need it. I just forgot it. Oh no, it's upside down. This clock is wrong. It says 4:27. I imagine it's about 4:50 now. Saturday, November 22nd, 2014. This is Circle K on the corner of Millicent and Erie Drive across from LSU. I am out of here, baby. Off tomorrow. So what I got to do now is I got to go around to the other Circle K and tell them that I'm new, you know, and that I'm willing to work third shift for them. Oh, there goes the popo. 746. That's a lady cop that's black. She's flying too. That's the only way it could have been. If somebody had to go back into the system and click it that way. That guy just opened and closed his door in that Dodge Charger. Probably had a spit or something. That's a black female cop. She probably came to pick up the tape or something. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, the girl was talking about in training with this other girl on my Friday class about the modules, you know. And one girl's like, yeah, I finished in 4 hours and 20-something minutes. So somebody went back into it and switched it out. Is what happened. Just got, you know, went through it and clicked through the test or something. I was already out at the Central when that black cop pulled in, and she didn't pull in until after I sat down in the Central. So I didn't even see her car until she pulled out to leave. So she wasn't there long. All I'm saying is I was not notified of any searches, surveillance, monitoring, or supervision there. You know, and it's, you know, you can tell something happened, and you can tell it doesn't add up because the ones that she had clicked off would have only taken me 30 minutes on that training day, and I got 4 hours in. So if I wasn't only got 30 minutes in, then how come I was able, you know, to stay there for 4 hours, and I was sitting there in full view of the office manager the whole time, and the answer they're going to say is, well, you did some of these, but you just didn't finish them, you didn't pass them. Well, okay, if you're going to argue that, then how are you going to say that that's true if I went back through it and did all of them over again in 3.5 hours? Well, you only had a few that you didn't fix. Well, the 3 that you had listed as done only took 30 minutes, so I sat there and failed and failed and failed for 4 hours until I just got frustrated and left. Why would the office manager have let me leave? She wouldn't have. The guy that was assistant manager was sitting there training, and he'd only done half of them by the time, or 2/3 of them. So it's supposed to take 7 hours to do it. It doesn't. And I just videotaped it all. Nobody notified me of a search or invited me to testify. I didn't even know that cop was there. You can see, pull the tape back, see how fast she was going. Didn't say a word to me. None of them have. Nobody's ever notified me of any kind of search or anything. You can tell something's not right. You know, well, you didn't finish all. There's only a few on the other ones, but you didn't have to. That took you 4 hours that day and 3.5. That's about how long it average time for everybody. So, no, watch the video. I redid all of them. Well, maybe. No, that's not true because there were some that I didn't have to take over. But I had to do most of the modules over. Like I said, there were only 3. There were just acknowledgments and the rest of them. And there was only 1 done that you had to go through and take a test. So anyway, they're trying to argue I don't have the academic skill. I was very angry sitting there knowing that somebody had gone through and changed that. And they had. I know I finished them. I know the office manager went through the screen. You can check my audio tape from that Monday and see that I did finish them all. She wouldn't have let me walk out of there. You know? But, you know, that makes up for it, though, because if you look at the tape, you'll see there were some of them I took 3 and 4 times, and I wouldn't have, if you're going to say, well, all right, then you didn't take these other ones, well, okay, but look, I had to take, some of them I retested on them and finished it, and went back, and it still wasn't there as having taken it. Some of them said I was done, you know, whatever, and I was frustrated with it. So that's the answer there. I finished them all that Monday, and I was there till 1:08 in the afternoon. And the time that I had for that day was written at the top of that sheet by the office manager, Nikisha or Nikidra. So if I wasn't doing those tests, you know, they say, well, you were taking them, you just didn't pass them all. Yeah, I did. I started to do the other ones too, and she told me, no, you don't have to do those. You're finished with all these now. And she went through and looked at each one of them and showed that I was done and had finished and done the test and everything. So somebody went back into it. That's what that is. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if it's just a computer glitch, yeah, okay. And I'm the only person who's had that problem, really. What does that suggest? It's reasonable doubt to the assertions made about me. If anybody says that. If anybody says I don't have the intellectual skill, you know. Doesn't add up, does it? Okay, but it doesn't mean that there's a terrible, vast right-wing conspiracy. Well, nobody else has had that problem. So, you know, why was it just me then? Plus, I had to write my password down in an envelope, which was supposed to be put in the safe. I should have just written a different word instead of putting the real one down. Broadmoor Library. Where no doubt they have me listed as a suspicious person after the bullshit they put me through here. They got video cameras. What am I doing that's so damn suspicious? Just because they think that doesn't make it true. That's defamation if that's what they're saying. They don't have any proof of it besides what they say. They got video cameras there. There shouldn't be any reason why they can't prove it. I could subpoena their records and prove that there's no reason for them to say that and sue them for defamation. Jake's gonna be glad that he didn't have to go sit and wait. Looks like it's gonna try to rain again. I do not consent to searches.
What?
Oh, yeah. That's my training. Yeah, it wasn't.